Hello everyone. Now in this tutorial we'll be talking about the compound interest. Okay. Now our topic is compound interest, but before starting this compound interest, let me give the definitions or the difference between the simple interest and compound interest. Simple interest you read in class 9. Now here is the compound interest, but let's see what are the difference between them. Here is simple interest. Simple interest means what? If the interest paid each year are same, it's called simple interest. In the other hand, if the principal in every successive year, every coming year is same, then it is called simple interest. That means what? Simple interest means what? If you pay interest every year, if the interests are same, okay, or the principal for each year is same, then it is called simple interest. Let's clear with the example. See, for example, let principal be 1,000, time for 3 years, and rate is 10% per annum. Let us suppose a person who took the loan of 1,000 rupees for 3 years at the rate of 10% per annum. Now let's see what is simple interest. Now for the first year the principal is 1,000 rupees and time is 1 year, because first year the time is only 1 year, and rate is 10% per annum. Now simple interest formula everyone knows, this is PTR divided by 100. So let's put the value. P means 1,000 into T means 1 and R means 10 whole divided by 100. The interest come 100 rupees. That means what? After 1 year you should pay 100 rupees as a interest. Now what happens in next year, second year? Now in second year the principal is same as the simple interest. For simple interest, principal is same every successive year. So here is also principal is 1,000 rupees. Here is also principal is 1,000 rupees. And time for second year is also 1. T is not 2 years, okay? Because for second year there is only 1 year. So time is 1 year and rate is 10% per annum. Rate is 10% same. And again let's find the simple interest. Now second case simple interest is again PTR by 100. So P is 1,000 and time is 1 and R is 10 divided by 100. Again the interest comes 100 rupees. So what does it mean? In second year you have to pay again 100 rupees as an interest, okay? So let's see the third year. So for third year, principal is again same, 1,000 rupees. Principal is same. So time is 1 year and rate is 10% per annum. So what is the simple interest here? PTR by 100. So 1,000 into 1 into 10 divided by 100 is again 100. That means what? Again in third year you have to pay 100 rupees as interest. That means what happened? Every year the principal is same and every year the interest is same. Now what is the total interest you have to pay in 3 years? That is total interest equals to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So 100 plus 100 plus 100 is 300. That is at the end of the 3 years you have to pay 300 rupees as an interest. Okay, so simply when you use the formula, what happens here? Using formula I equals to PTR by 100. So principal is 1,000 and time is 1 year and time rate is 10%. So time is 3 years. Time is 3 years and rate is 10%. So from here if you cancel, what would you get? This 20 cancel, there is 300 rupees. So in class 9 you directly use the formula and getting 300 rupees as an interest. So by doing step by step or using formula at once you will get the same answer. So what is simple interest? Simple interest means every year the principal is same and every year the interest is same. Now let's talk about what is compound interest. Okay, our main focus is on compound interest. Now compound interest means if the interest paid each year are not same. Now interest each year are not same, or it increases every successive year. So interest increases every successive year. Like in first year like 100 rupees, in second year it is more than 100, in third year another more. That is interest increases every year, every successive year, coming years. and compound interest is generally denoted by CI. Okay, and in other words, if the principal of successive year, principal are also not same here, yeah, every successive year principals also increases there, principal also difference. Now what is the difference here? In other words, if the principal of successive year is the amount of previous year, now see difference. Here principal is same in each year, but here what happened? Every successive year the principal is the amount of previous year. First you calculate the amount in the first year, and this amount will be the principal for the second year. Okay, and so on. So why the rate is different there? Let me give you example here. Okay, let's clear with the example. The example is same. Let P equals to 1000 rupees, T equals to 3 years, and R equals to 10%. Now say for the first year. So one thing, if there is only 1 year, we always use the simple interest formula here. Or we use simple interest formula for the first time. Now say for first year, principal equals to 1000, time equals to 1 year, and rate equals to 10% per annum. So your interest I1 equals to the simple PTR by 100. So your PTR by 100, you will get the 100 rupees as an interest. So in the first year you have to pay 100 rupees as the interest. And what is the amount in first year? At the end of the first year, your amount formula is P plus I. Yeah, everyone knows what is the formula of amount. Amount equals to P plus I. We have already read in class 9. Yeah. So amount equals to P plus I. So 1000 plus 100 is 1100 rupees. The amount at the end of the first year is 1100 rupees. Now what I said, the definition of compound interest, the amount of the first year is the principal of the second year. So now see here, for the second year, the principal equals to 1100 rupees. This is the amount of first year is the principal of second year. Okay, so principal equals to 1100 rupees, time equals to 1 year, R equals to 10%. So your interest is PTR by 100. So here comes 110 rupees. Now for the first year you have to pay 100 rupees as the interest, and in second year you have to pay 110 rupees as the interest. That means the interest increases there. Yeah, interest increases every year. Now again let's find the amount. Amount is principal plus interest. So principal is 1100 rupees and the interest is 110 rupees. So your amount is 1210 rupees. Okay, now let's see the third year. In third year, the principal is, now see the third year principal is the amount of the second year. So second year amount is 1210 and the principal of the third year is 1210 rupees. So time is 1 year, rate is 10%. So I3 equals to PTR by 100, because for one year we always use the simple interest formula. Okay, now see here equals to P means 1210 rupees into 1 into 10 divided by 100. So your interest at the third year, at the end of the third year is 121 rupees. Now let's take here. Now principal of every successive year increases, or principal is different in each year. Interest 100 rupees, 110 rupees, 121 rupees. Interest also increases every year. So interest also changed, and so your total interest. Let's see total interest. Now total interest is what? I1 plus I2 plus I3. This is 100 plus 110 plus 121. So that means your total interest comes 331. Your total interest comes 300 rupees. So this is called compound interest, and this is called simple interest. And compound interest we denote it by CI. Pause. Okay, now this is compound interest. We know what is compound interest and simple interest and their differences. Okay, and mostly in banking sector, that you deposit your money and the bank gives you interest, and these interests are always in compound interest. These interests are always in compound interest. If you put something in your sum of your money, you deposit some of your money in a bank, then bank always gives you this is compound interest. Okay, and compound interest for the certain year and certain rate is always greater than the simple interest for the same year and same rate. Okay, now let me derive the formula for compound interest and compound amount. Okay, now see here, let principal be P, time is T and rate is R. Okay, by the same method, same process that I gave you example before, the same way I reduce the formula here. Okay, now see here, for the first year principal is P, time is 1 year, because first year means only 1 year, so time is 1 year and rate is R. Now your formula is PTR by 100. So here P is P and time is 1 year, time is 1 year and rate is R, and whole divided by 100. So here P into 1 into R is PR divided by 100. And here amount formula is, we know, A equals to P plus I. Okay, so amount equals to principal plus interest. So principal is P plus interest is PR by 100. So here you take P is common here. Yeah, when you take P is common, here P1 left and plus here is R divided by 100. So your amount is P bracket 1 plus R by 100. Okay, and for the second year this amount acts as the principal there. So now see, in the second year what happens? Principal is what? Now see, principal is P1 plus R by 100. Yeah, for compound interest, always the amount of the first year is the principal of the second year. So principal is P1 plus R by 100. So time equals to 1 year and rate is R. Okay. Now see, interest again, formula is what? PTR by 100. So P is what? P1 plus R by 100. So P is P1 plus R by 100. P means principal. So principal, we have principal is P1 plus R by 100. So P1 plus R by 100 in terms of P. Time is 1 year, rate is R, whole divided by 100. Okay, don't get confused here. This P and this P are different. So let me just distinguish it by P1. Okay, this is let's say this is P1 equals to P. So P1 T1 R1. This is T1. This is R1. So this is P1 this is P2. Let's say this is P2 and this is T2. Okay, this is R2 for the second year. So here this is P2 T2 R2. Okay, so P2 is P1 plus R by 100, T2 is 1, R2 is R, whole divided by 100. So now see, you multiply, this is P into 1 into R is PR, and that is divided by 100, and 1 plus R by 100 is separate here. Okay, this is 1 plus R by 100 separate, so you multiply P into 1 into R, this is PR by 100. So your interest for the second year is PR by 100, 1 plus R by 100. So your amount is what? Amount is always principal plus interest. Okay, this is P2 plus I2. So what is P2? P2 is P1 plus R by 100. So in terms of P2, I replace it by P1 plus R by 100 plus, and what is I2? I2 is PR by 100, 1 plus R by 100. Okay, so from here now P is common, here is also P, here is also P is common, 1 plus R by 100, 1 plus R by 100, so 1 plus R by 100 is also common, and what left here? Here whole is common, so 1 is left, here is 1 is left, plus, and what left here? R by 100 left, R by 100, because P is also common, this is also common, so R by 100 left. So altogether P 1 plus R by 100 common, so 1 plus R by 100. Here is now see, P is P, 1 plus R by 100, 1 plus R by 100, this is same. So like A into A is A square. So 1 plus R by 100, 1 plus R by 100 is, this is P, 1 plus R by 100 power 2. Okay, this amount. Now this amount will act as the principal for the third year. So let me write this principal is P3. Okay, P3 is this one. Let's say this is T3 is 1 year and this is R3. Okay, and formula is P3 T3 R3 by 100. So P3 is what? P3 is P 1 plus R by 100 power 2. So instead of P 1 plus R by 100 power 2 into R, time means 1 year, into R means R, whole divided by 100. Okay, now here again same like before, this is 1 plus r by 100 is here. So you multiply p into 1 into r by 100 is pr by 100. Okay. So now from here, now see amount is again what? P3 plus I3. This is principal plus interest. So P3 is P1 plus r by 100 power 2. P1 plus r by 100. Now see P3 means this one, just replace it. P1 plus r by 100 power 2 plus, and now I3 means what? PR by 100, PR by 100 into 1 plus r by 100 power 2. Okay, now again take common here. Now P is common and 1 plus r by 100. P common, 1 plus r by 100 power 2, 1 plus r by 100 power 2 is common. So you take common, what left here? Here whole is common, so 1 is left, plus, and what left here? R by 100 is left. Okay, so from here P and 1 plus r by 100 whole square into 1 plus r by 100 is what? 1 plus r by 100 power cube. Okay, now see this is the A3. Now see this is A1, A2, A3. Finally this A3, now see A3 comes, now see here A1 comes P1 plus r by 100 to power 1. A2 comes P1 plus r by 100 to power 2. A3 comes P1 plus r by 100 to power 3. Now see everything is same here. Only power gets changed. P1 plus r by 100, P1 plus r by 100, P1 plus r by 100 is same. So power gets changed. If there is 1 here 1, second here 2, third here 3. Now see, if there is 4 here, A4 equals what? P1 plus r by 100 power 6. This is similarly we can obtain. If you keep on moving, similarly we can get the same thing. A4 equals to P1 plus r by 100 power 4. Okay. Now A5 is what? P1 plus r by 100 power 5. And so on, so on. And in general, if you generalize it, if there is 4, 4, if there is 5, 5, if there is 2, 2, if there is 3, 3, if there comes T, this is AT, there in power comes T. So AT equals to P1 plus R by 100 power T. And this is called compound amount. This is called what? Compound amount. So we denote it by CA. Compound amount is denoted by CA. So CA equals to P1 plus R by 100 power T. P stands for principal, R stands for rate, and T stands for time. And here, and you know, with our formula, the amount equals to principal plus interest, A equals to P plus I. So from here, I means what? A minus P. So interest means amount minus principal. Interest means what? Amount minus principal. So compound amount. So if you find the interest from here, it is called compound interest. So it is denoted by CI. So compound interest equals to compound amount minus principal. So compound amount we found from here, P1 plus R by 100 power T. This is compound amount minus principal. So here finally compound interest is what? P is common from here and P is common from here, and final remaining is what? 1 plus R by 100 power T minus 1. So this is the compound interest. Now see, now we have just derived the formula. Okay, I have just written the formula over here. Now the formula is CA equals to P1 plus R by 100 whole power T, and compound interest is P big bracket 1 plus R by 100 whole power T minus 1. Okay, now this formula we suppose that every year, first year, second year and third year, each year. So this formula is used for annually or yearly, because we derived it for year. So for annually or yearly, in your examinations it will be given there yearly or yearly or half yearly or semi-annually. Annually it is given there. Okay, so this formula is derived for annually or yearly. Now see here second, for semi-annually or half yearly. Okay, because yeah, in our life or in our day-to-day life, yeah, some they pay each year, they pay the interest yearly, and some they pay the interest semi-annually or half yearly. In six months they pay the interest. So for half yearly or semi-annually, what happened? In 1 year, how many months, how many half years are there? In 1 year, now see, 1 year, there are 2 half years. Now 1/2 year plus half year. So in 1 year there are 2 half years, 1/2 years and 2.5 years. So 2 half years equals to 1 year. So there is time is year and here is time is half year. So how many times are there? How many half years are there? So time is replaced by 2t. Here is t. So we replace this time by twice t. Why twice t? Because in 1 year there is 2 half years. So time should be replaced by twice t. Okay. And another is rate. If anyone is paying yearly 10% per annum. So if you pay 10% in 1 year, in a half year how many you pay? Just half. Let us suppose that in 1 year you pay 1000 rupees. Okay, in half year, let's say in 6 months, how much you pay as interest? Only 500 rupees you pay. You won't pay 1000 rupees. 1000 rupees is in 1 year, but in half year you pay 500 rupees. So we replace rate by half. What? Yeah, here we replace rate by what? R by 2. We replace rate by R by 2. So let's replace time by twice t and rate by R by 2. Sorry, there should be R by 2. So what happens here? CA compound amount. Now CA compound amount, this is yearly. This is what? Semi-annually or half yearly. So semi-annually, you can write as semi-annually. Compound amount semi-annually equals to P1 plus, now see, R should be R by 2. So R by 2 and there is 100. So 2 into 100 is 200. Whole power twice t. This t is replaced by twice t. So for semi-annually, your formula is P1 plus R by 200 power twice t. This is the compound amount for calculating. This is the compound amount for semi-annually. Okay. And similarly, compound interest. Compound interest is what? Compound interest is compound amount minus principal. So P is common. So same is there. Everything is same. Just you replace R by 2. There is 200 and time is 20. So compound interest equals to principal whole big bracket 1 plus R by 200 power 20 minus 1. Okay, now in our next video we will be discussing on how to use this formula. Thank you everyone.